Welcome to the ultimate guide of getting faster download speed on the PS5, and let's begin forward. Number one, guys, do not download other things. So what I mean with that is, for example, if you're downloading more than 2 games, you will get a lot of lag too, and you will also get low download speeds. So what you need to do basically is stop all of your downloads that you're doing right now and focus on one download. So go over to here. On here you will find your downloads, but also remember, it doesn't matter if you're downloading on your mobile phone, it doesn't matter if you're downloading something on your PC. If you're using that same internet, it will basically down your download speed basically. So make sure that you only download one thing at a time, because that can actually really make your internet connection really bad, and it could take like 10 times even more. Second option is connecting a wired cable. So trust me on this one, guys, you will get definitely better internet connection. It will help you a lot more. So what you want to do is you want to go over to settings and then network. You can also call it something like LAN cable or Ethernet cable. So let's go over to settings again and then go over to setup internet connection. So like you see, guys, I am already connected to wired LAN cable. And what you can also do is this to connect it. Get your wired LAN cable or Ethernet cable, connect to your router, and then what you want to do is go to the back of your PS5 and connect it. Here we go. And that's how easy it is. After you did that, what you want to do is just click on wired LAN, and then you will just connect to it. And make sure, guys, it's connected to your router though. So now it's connected, you can test your internet connection and see how your download goes on after that. The next method is going to use a DNS code. So make sure that you use a DNS code if you are not able to get an Ethernet cable. So go over to network. After network, you want to go over to settings, and on settings, set up internet connection. On here, select the internet that you want to use. So this is more for the people that use Wi-Fi. So let's just select this one. And by the way, guys, you please could like and subscribe. Thank you so much. That will actually help me out so I can make more videos to help more people out. So let's go ahead, and now what you want to do is, once you're connected, you want to click on options, and then you will get this advanced settings. Click on there, and then you want to go ahead and go to DNS settings. Make sure this is manual, so make sure that DNS settings is manual, and now you can enter a DNS code. So you can also copy the DNS code that I'm using right now. So I'll be a bit waiting for you. Now once you're done, guys, what I suggest you guys to do is click on OK, and then go ahead and try to test your internet connection. So test your internet connection if it goes good, if it's better or not. So what I also suggest you guys to do is get this DNS code over here. So this is a other one. And DNS codes more matter on the location where you're from, stuff like that. So maybe someone in Europe will get like a better connection with using these than someone in like the United States or Asia or something like that. So now you can also enter this and test your internet connection. This is from Google. The other one was from, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was from Clean Browsing, if I'm not mistaken. So now let's go over to the next one. Okay, this one was phone. Alright. Okay, wait. I forgot something. This is like the easiest DNS code, and I just failed to enter it. So this one is here we go. Now you can test it out, and let's try our other DNS codes. I'll be waiting a little bit. Yeah, this is just too easy. I'm not going to wait. 49. The silence is loud. All right, here we go. So this is the next one. The other one was from Cloudflare. The 1.1.1 was from Cloudflare, and this one is from quad 9. So you can click on OK and test your internet connection. Let's go to the next one. The next one is going to be this. Here we go. And also guys, mistake me if I did a little bit of wrong stuff. So which one was this? Let me think. Alright. Here we go. This one is from alternate DNS. Now you can just go ahead and click on OK, test it out, and now let's go to the next one. So this is from Smart Viper. And all of these DNS codes are basically just free to use, and they are also safe, so don't worry about it. And 50. Here we go. There's always like only just like one number that is different from the secondary and the primary, and that's what I'm looking for, because sometimes I enter it just the same. So like you see, here we go. Now the next one. Also guys, you can also just pause the video, always, don't forget that. 56, 26, here we go. I sometimes have to double check before I enter the next one. I just want to make sure that there's nothing wrong. And most of these DNS code I already like got it from my head. And also guys, I just wanna tell you another benefit about this DNS code, and that is that basically if you have like lag or something like that, let's just say that your GTA lobbies are like really empty, and once you like join a new lobby, it's always empty. You can fix it by using DNS codes. So this ultimate guide is also basically just, yeah, fixing also stuff like your lag, ping, and also download speed and internet speed. So let's go to our next one. And like I said guys, this is going to be a long video. Alright. Oh, I also forgot to tell you guys which one the DNS codes were for the other one. It was Kamado Secure DNS, so let's go ahead and go to here. And by the way, this is my first ultimate guide on how to get faster download speed on the PS5. I may be planning on making it also on the PS4, I'm not sure, maybe. And also making a second ultimate guide on the PS5 and also maybe on the Xbox. So here we go. Now you can go to the next one. This is from Safe DNS that we just entered, and the next one is from VeriSign. Here we go. Let me double check. Alright, it's okay. Test your internet connection. Let's go to the next one. Now 159. Not 59, it was 56. Point 154. Not 1. It was 70.1, and this is from DNS Advantage. Why do I keep entering these wrong? Alright, 71 and then 0.1. Here we go. Now test your internet connection, and the next one is going to be Commando Secure DNS. So I'm going to actually open this one up. I don't really know it by the head. Next DNS. Here we go. Okay, is this one. Oh, I was actually entering the other DNS codes. So let me show you this. So the next DNS code is going to be, the secondary. Now you can click on OK and test it out. So now the next is going to be Green Team DNS. And also guys, I'm a bit out of my focus because I hear a lot of sounds from outside, so that sometimes just keeps the focus out. Alright. And also guys, I want to explain, if some DNS codes don't work in this video, what I suggest you guys to try out is go back to advanced settings, and if you have some problems with these DNS codes, just go ahead and go to DNS settings and just set it to automatic, or use this DNS code over here. This also works for me really great, so you can use this. This is the Google DNS, or you can use the Cloudflare DNS, so that I showed you earlier on, and it's really easy to type. So I'm going to show it again. Here we go. This is the Cloudflare DNS. This also works pretty great for me. So once it's done, it will basically just load a little bit, and it's, yeah, just done. Here we go. So now let's go to the next step. Next step, use a Wi-Fi 5.0. So go over to your settings guys, and then go over to network. On here, like you see, I am connected to a 5.0 network right now, so I'm using Wi-Fi to show to you guys. So go over to set up internet connection, and now on here you can actually select either 2.4 or you can select something like 5.0. So what I suggest you guys to connect with is a 5.0 internet connection, and the only reason why guys is basically you will get better internet connection on 5.0. And also it depends a little bit. For example, if your PlayStation is really far away from your router, then a 2.4 might work a little bit better for you. Or let's just say that there are a lot of things connected to your Wi-Fi 5.0, then I will suggest you guys to only use a 2.4. So what I first off suggest you guys to do is try testing out your internet connection. So try out testing out your internet connection on 2.4 and then try it out on 5.0, so you can get like a difference and compare them between them. So yeah, and that will be my next step. Now coming to the next step, number 5 would be stop other uploads. So make sure guys, if you're uploading also, so uploading and downloading is not the same, I know that. But remember guys, uploads could affect also your download speed. So make sure guys, basically like I said on the downloads, just make sure that you don't like upload a lot of files at the same time. If you're uploading right now something, do it like one by one, so you don't also affect your download speed. So that will be my next tip, and that's also short. And like I said guys, it doesn't matter if you do it on your phone or your potato PC or whatever that you tried on uploading. Now the next step is going to be play your games offline. So playing your games offline could actually save up a little bit of internet speed and also your download speed. It will make maybe not that big of a difference, but for example, I think it will make a difference, especially if you're playing maybe something like Battle Royale, where actually you do need a lot of internet and stuff like that. So just play on story modes if you want the best internet possible or the download speed possible. but you don't need to do that. It won't make like the biggest difference. It's a little boost, but not the biggest. Now, if you have a problem with your PS5 and your router being way too far from each other, what I suggest you guys to get is a range extender. So get an internet range extender or a adapter, or how you want to call it, and that could actually help you a lot with your internet connection, guys. So you basically, it depends on what type of internet adapter that you basically get. So you just want to follow the instructions and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically it. Get a internet range extender if your PS5 is way too far away from your router. So if you don't want to get a internet range extender, what you can also try out is just getting your router closer to your PS5 or your PS5 closer to your router. So you can also try out that. So maybe that will also help you a lot, especially with your Wi-Fi. So if you're using Wi-Fi, that will definitely help you out. And for the people that use a Ethernet cable, it will basically be the same depending on what Ethernet cable you use. I'm going to explain that one later on. Now guys, the next step is restart your PS5. So I'm going to show you the correct way how you can restart your PS5. What you need to do is open up your quick menu. Once you do that, you want to go over to here, power, and then just turn off. And the reason why, guys, is you don't want to go physically to your PS5. Once you turn it off physically from just pressing on a PSN power button, what will happen is sometimes it will go into rest mode, or let's just say always, it just goes into rest mode and it's not fully turned off. So you can also try out maybe restarting PS5. What I most likely do is I turn it off and then just go ahead and I manually turn it back on. That's what I do. So this will be the next step to just restart your PS5. Method number 10 is calling or contacting your internet provider. So if you think that you have an internet problem, if you think that like today you just have like really worse internet connection, I would suggest you guys to call your internet provider so you can learn maybe there's some mistakes or stuff like that. And also guys, if you go to your website of your internet provider, let's just say you have like a subscription going on. If you see on your subscription that you should be getting about 100 Mbps download speed, and you only get something like only one without like downloading anything at all, I suggest you guys to call them up and tell about your problem. And also guys, another thing that I would suggest you guys to do is just go ahead and call them up. And also maybe if you have a problem with your router, also tell them that. So if you think that you have like a problem with your router, call them up. They maybe will even send you like a new router. So that's what they did with me. So I had this problem where I had really bad internet connection. And what I did was I called my internet provider and I said that maybe my router was just way too old, because it was like 8 years old, my router at the time. And once I called them up, they said that we should send the router back to them and they would send a new router. So basically what happened was we sent our old router to our internet provider and they have sent our new internet router, and actually that one was a lot better, and also it was for free, so it was pretty great. So maybe you can also try like contact your internet provider. It could help. Maybe it helped for me and maybe for you. So that's the next step. Method number 11. So this is quite important, guys. If you have like a subscription that only goes to 100 Mbps download speed, you cannot expect to get 200 Mbps of download speed. That's basically impossible. And the reason why is you are limited by your internet provider. And so let's just say that you buy a internet subscription that is, let's just say, about 1000 Mbps. You should be able to get about like at least 500 Mbps out of that. So if you get something like, let's just say a normal subscription, let's just say 50 Mbps, you will only go up to like 45 Mbps or a bit little higher, and you should not able to like expect something higher than 50 Mbps. So that will be my next tip, guys. Upgrade your internet subscription, and that could definitely help a lot. Now the next step is upgrading your router, guys. This could definitely help you a lot. By upgrading your router, you could also get a lot better internet connection and also better download speed. So like I said, guys, before, if you have a router that is pretty old, what I suggest you guys to do is just make sure that you upgrade it, get a new router. You can call up your internet provider for that, or you can just search up one for that, like on shopping or something like that for yourself, and buy the one that you want. So which gaming routers? Yeah, like I said, guys, you can buy something like a gaming router and just stuff like that. Next step, disable all of your devices from your internet. So you can either disable all of your devices or just disconnect them from your internet. So that could actually give you a little boost. It could be that your other devices are now doing an update right now. That actually happens a lot to me. Like, I sometimes wonder why I have like bad internet connection, and then I look at my Xbox and it's just automatically doing like a new update. Or on my iPhone there's like a new iOS update that's doing automatically, and that's maybe a reason why I have bad internet connection. So that could definitely help, guys. So if you think that you have like a internet problem, I would suggest you also maybe trying out restarting your router. That actually helps me a lot. I sometimes do that like once a month. Sometimes something happens to my router and I have to restart it, and just go to the back of your router and then just click on the button and just click back, and that's pretty much fine. So yeah, that could be also a fix for your download speed. Now my next step would be clear out your cache from your PS5, and let's go. So guys, so first off, to go into safe mode, what you want to do is connect your USB cable with your PS5, and once you have done that, we need to go over some settings. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to go over to your account, and once you're on your account, you want to go over to your settings, and on settings you want to go over to your system. On here you want to go over to HDMI, and you want to make sure that this is enabled. Make sure that this is enabled, guys, because if you have it disabled, what's going to happen is safe mode is not going to disappear. I mean appear or something like that. So let's go back, and now let's go over to power saving. What you want to do is you want to turn off your rest mode, and once you're done with that, what you want to do is you want to close off your PS5 from here, guys. So open the quick menu, go over to here and close it off from here. Turn off, and now there's a new update, but I'm going to update it a bit later on. Turn off. All right, now you want to wait till the lights stop. So once you see there's no lights coming out, you can go ahead and continue on. And also, guys, if you have a Elgato game capture card or a HDMI switch like on here, this one connected, you want to also unplug that. The reason why is if you have Elgato, it will basically not work because you have disabled HDCP or something like that. So once the lights are off, guys, if you still see something like a yellow light or a orange light, it means that it's not turned off, right? So you are basically in rest mode. So how can you turn that off? Like I did, guys, you just want to turn it off like I did on the quick menu. And if you turn it on, I mean off from here, it's basically going to say not safe mode, rest mode. So make sure that you turn it off right. So now what you want to do is you want to keep on holding the power button till we hear 2 beeps. Keep holding, and the second beep, just release it. So now we should see a screen. And if you don't see a screen, guys, what you want to do is switch your HDMI. Now you will get this. And before you get the screen, you just want to connect your cable, and then press on the PSN button, and then you will get this screen, safe modes. So let's go over to 5, clear cache. You just want to click on here and click on number 1, clear system software cache, and that's how simply basically it is. Now the next step is get a other Ethernet cable or upgrade your Ethernet cable. So it could be that you're using a really old Ethernet cable right now, and that's maybe the thing that is preventing you getting good internet connection or download speed. So guys, like you see, I have about 2 cables right over here. One of them is actually a bit faster than the other one. So the yellow one is actually a bit slower, and this one is a bit faster. So for example, guys, if you get about 50 Mbps from your internet provider, so your subscription is 50 Mbps, then I would suggest you guys to not like really buy a Ethernet cable that is like super fast. You don't really need to do that. So, but if you do have a good internet provider that, let's just say, gives you about 1 gigabit of speed, then I would suggest to buy also a 1 gigabit speed of Ethernet cable, or even faster than that. So the older Ethernet cables are a bit slower, so that's also a thing. Number 16, place your console somewhere else. So placing your console somewhere else, if you cannot get your router closer to your PS5, could also help. So maybe set it somewhere like your staircase, maybe on the living room, in your gym room, set it maybe on the kitchen, or set it maybe on somewhere like the floor and stuff like that. So try out some different places, guys, maybe in the corner and stuff like that. So guys, the next step is updating your router. So if your router is right now in an old version, I would suggest you go ahead and update that. And how do you do that? Let's go on. To log into your router, first of all, what you need to do is to search up your internet provider's name. So let's just say your internet provider is called computers, blah, blah, blah. And next to it, you want to type in how to log in router or log into router. So after that, you will come across your internet provider's help website or support website. On there, it will basically say how you can actually find your URL and how you can actually log into your router. So if you cannot find it, I'm also going to show you later on this video how you can find it yourself. So just skip a little bit forward if you cannot find something like this, 19 point blah blah blah. And also guys, make sure that you also type this in, HTTPS and stuff like that, because if you only fill in this on your URL, it's a big chance that nothing is going to come out. So let's just go over to here. So how you can actually find your user password and stuff like that on here once you type this thing in is basically you want to look for the user password on the back of your router itself. So on the back of your router, or maybe something like on the top of the router. It depends on what type of router that you actually have. So once you find your user password and stuff like that, you want to fill it in. And you might also need something like this, guys, SN or something like that you need to type in, but you might not need this, so you can just ignore this one if you don't need it. So you do actually need your user password, so make sure that you get it. And also remember that Wi-Fi key or Wi-Fi password is not the same with user password. This is how you can log into your Wi-Fi, and this is how you can log in into your router. So that's the difference. And now I'm going to show you another way how you can find this over here. Another way how you can know your router's IP is, what you want to do is you want to search up settings. So just go ahead and search up settings. And once you're on here, what you want to do is you want to click on Wi-Fi. So search up Wi-Fi and you want to go over to Wi-Fi settings. So I'm going to show you two other ways how you can actually do it. So first of all, what you can do is on here, Wi-Fi, you can click on here, Network and Sharing Center. So once you click on here, what you want to click on is Wi-Fi and then your Wi-Fi's name and stuff like that. So it could be also saying Ethernet or something like that, so it doesn't matter. Click on here and then you will click on details. So once you click on details, what you want to look for is this over here. IPv4 default gateway. So default gateway needs to be there, guys, and then it will say basically your IP. And most of the times, like I said, guys, it will say something like 192 and then point and so on and so on. But most of the routers will be the same actually, so I will tell you that right now. But the Apple routers or the Apple devices will sometimes not be the same. I don't really know about the Apple devices, to be honest. But let's just go back. I'm going to show you on our way. So what you can also do is you can go over to status, and what you want to do is you want to click on here. Yes. Okay, once you go to view hardware and connection properties, you will also see a bit the same, and the same as here. What you want to look for is default gateway over here, and basically it's the same for me right now. And after that, guys, what you want to do is you want to open a Google tab, and once you open a Google tab, you want to just type in on the URL, guys, on the URL or the address, the IP address that I showed you on here. So you can basically copy this over here on default gateway and then just paste it over there and then just search it up. Now the next step is switching on or off your VPN. So this could also help you guys. For example, if you're using a VPN right now, I will suggest you guys to turn it off. And for the people that are not using it, try turning on your VPN and see how much speed that you will get. So actually, guys, I was using a VPN, and what happened was my internet connection got a bit worse, so I'm not going to lie about that. That could also happen maybe if you're using a VPN, that could give you like a bad internet connection. That could definitely happen. It happens on my PlayStation 4, sometimes on my PlayStation 5, on my phone and stuff like that. So that's my next step. The next step is rebuilding database. So I already showed you guys how you can go into safe mode, and now I'm showing you how you can rebuild database. It's basically the same as just clearing out your cache. So let's go. To go into safe mode, what you want to do is first off connect your controller with your PS5, and once you are done with that, now you want to go over to some settings. So on settings, what you want to do is you want to go for there, and you want to go over to system. On system, you want to go over to HDMI, and on here make sure that HDCP is turned on. So do not turn it off, guys, but make sure it's basically the same settings like I did on here. Now once you are done with that, you want to go over to power saving and make sure that rest mode doesn't turn on once you turn off your console. And how do you know if rest mode is on? You will basically see like a yellow or an orange light on it. So let's go back. And how you can turn off your PS5 is without going to not safe mode, but rest mode. You want to open your quick menu and go over to power on here, and just turn it off from here. Turn off, and now the blinking will stop. But if you turn it off from here, guys, from the power button itself, what will basically happen is, let me turn off my PS5, there's the update that I need. But if you turn it off from here, sometimes it goes to rest mode. That's the only issue that it got actually. But once the blinking stops, like the white blinking, you can continue on. So let's wait. And by the way, guys, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and keep holding the power button on the bottom till you hear 2 beeps. Keep holding, and now you can release. Now sometimes what happens is your TV HDMI switches up. But I also want to talk about this, guys. So if you don't see a screen, it could also mean that you're using a HDMI switch. So if you're using an HDMI switch or an Elgato game capture card, you want to unplug it from your Elgato game capture card, and you want to make sure that your PS5 and your screen is directly connected with a HDMI. So that's also an important thing if you don't see a screen like this. Now guys, what you want to do is basically press on the PSN button to activate your controller, and also make sure the cable is connected to your PS5, and then you will see something like this. So what you want to do is go to number 5, and you want to go ahead and rebuild database. So click on rebuild database, and once you click on OK, you will be basically done. And also guys, this won't probably take a few hours, it will probably take a few minutes. And also it's totally safe to do, you won't lose saved data or anything like that. The only place where you will lose saved data is something like if you do number 6 or 7. These are the things that you will lose some stuff. But on these ones you won't actually lose anything. This will actually fix some problems that you have on your PS5. The next step is going to be change Wi-Fi password. So the reason why you might need to change your password, guys, it's not only for your own security, but it could also get rid of the devices that are right now connected to your Wi-Fi and that you don't reach right now. So for example, I have a lot of devices in my home, and I don't even know that I have those devices, and those are like connected to my Wi-Fi connection. And what happens is they are basically using my Wi-Fi, which means I get a bit down on my download speed. So that could be also definitely a thing. So changing your password might like disconnect devices that you are not using right now. It's also good for security, for people that went through your home and stuff like that. So that's also the next step. The last method number 21, is going to be the internet is down of PS5. So what I mean with that, guys, is on the PS4 days it actually used to happen a lot. So what happens sometimes is that the servers were down for like an hour or 2 hours. It actually did happen a lot, and what you can basically do for that is just wait. You can go to the PSN communities, you can check out or like see which people have the same problem. If other people have the same problem at the exact same time, it basically means that there's some server issues on the PlayStation. So the only thing what you can do, and the only way how you can fix this, is basically to wait off and see what's going to happen. And that will be my last tip. So guys, that's the last tip that I want to give you. And yeah, this is pretty much the ending. So what I would suggest you guys to do is leave in the comments down below if you have some other suggestions for me, if you have like other ways how we can get better download speeds or get better internet speeds. It could be even like fixing stuff like your lag, your ping, and all of that stuff. So leave it in the comments down below if one of these methods worked, if you know a method that works great, and all of that stuff. And also guys, I tried some other things like getting a USB, what was it called? A USB adapter. And it was basically like a adapter that you like plug in from your USB, and it's supposed to give you like better internet connection, but it didn't work on the PS5 for me. So maybe that doesn't work, so I didn't upload a video about that, or I didn't like get like a new method with how you can get faster download speed with using a USB and just plugging it in and hoping better internet connection. It works for my laptop but not on my PS5, so that's the reason why it didn't make through this video. So yeah, that's basically it that I want to tell you. And if you still have some problems, guys, I would suggest you to watch out for your PS5. So if you have really bad internet connection still or download speed, and you tried like everything in this video, it could be maybe that there's something wrong with your PS5, because I went through like all the steps, like pretty much, yeah, just all the steps what you can do to get better download speed. And I don't know other steps that you can actually implement in this video so you can get a bit better internet connection by doing that. Yeah. And also guys, I would suggest you to like and subscribe before you leave this video. It took about like 40 minutes. Ooh, this video is 40 minutes long. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, like I said, guys, this video was going to take a pretty long time, and it took me the whole day to edit this video too, because I suck at editing and I also had to take some pictures. So yeah, this is actually the first time that I have like a video that long and also edit the video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and goodbye.